Okay, folks, in this video I'm going to go over the homework from yesterday, going through all the questions so you can see how we got on, okay? So 7 part 1, 2 by 2 by 3 by 3. In this question we're asked to write this answer in the form of a to the power of n by b to the power of n. So what that means is that we want in the form of two large numbers both to the same power. How do I know they're the same power? Because we've got the same power here, folks, two n's. Okay, all right, so, well, 2 by 2 is the same as 2 squared. 3 by 3 is the same as 3 squared. Oh, interesting. I just spotted something. There is a mistake in the book. It implies that they're going to be the same power, but in question 2 they're not. All right, that's very annoying. They could have used different notation. So 3 by 3 is 3 squared. If you had problem with this because you said in the previous video, sir, they're the same power, I apologize. I didn't look at all the questions. I was just looking at the way it was written. Right, and then 4 by 4 by 4 is the same as 4 to the power of 3. So obviously these are different powers here. 5 by 5 by 5 by 3 by 3. 5 by 5 by 5 is the same as 5 cubed. 3 by 3 is the same as 3 squared. So I'm going to rewrite this sum as 4 by 4 times a by a. 4 by 4 is 4 squared. A by a is a squared. The thing you have to know is that in each of these, I end up with answers where both larger numbers are to a power. Okay? And this one I actually did for you yesterday as an example, but I'm doing it again. Although I think I did it as a mistake, but doesn't matter. Did I? Or maybe it was part 4 I did as an example. I can't remember now. So anyway, I'm going to rewrite this up. 3 by 3 squared by a by a by a. I'm just doing this so you can more clearly see how I'm getting each bit. 3, or 3 to the power 1 by 3 to the power 2 is 3 to the power of 3. Add your powers. And a by a by a is also a to the power of 3. Okay? Now, 5 squared times 5a squared times a. Right, so for that one, let's look at it. Can we simplify this further? It does look different to the other ones, okay? So we have to go through our rules and be checking, making sure, okay, are we doing this the correct way, all right? So, and no, we can't. I think there's actually a typo in the book. I think there's supposed to be a multiplication symbol here. Because as far as I remember when I was looking through these yesterday, in the back of the book, it was saying the answer was 5 cubed by a cubed. But that's not right. Because this term here, 5a squared, is different to the other three. So we can't actually solve this. This cannot be simplified further at all. And this was probably a mistake in the book. Question 8. Express each of the following as a number to a single power. Well, I'm just going to get the square root of 9, which is 3. So therefore, 9 is the same as 3 squared. 3 by 3 is 9, folks. Okay? 25. Square root of 25 is 5. Therefore, 25 is the same as 5 squared. 3. 27. Okay, so let's try this. What's the square root of 27? I know it's some horrible number. I can't remember what. It's an irrational number. Okay, it's 5.196. So that doesn't work. Okay, well, what about the cube root? And I'm going to show you how we do that now in our calculator. So how we do cube root is shift square root 27. 3. So what does cube root mean? Square root means a number when multiplied by itself gives me my answer. Square root of 4 is 2. 2 by 2 is 4. Cube root means the same but times 3. So cube root of something is what number when multiplied by itself 3 times it gives me my answer. So therefore, 27 can be wrote as 3 cubed. Okay. Square root of 1,000, same thing. Not going to work. But cube root of 1,000 is 10. So therefore, 1,000 is equal to 10 cubed. 81. Well, I do know the square root of 81 is 9, so we can say that 81 is equal to 9 squared. We could also have wrote this, by the way, as, I think it's 3 to the power of 4. Yeah. As well. All right. And 64. Square root of 64 is equal to 8. So 64 is the same as 8 squared. Okay. Or, I think 2 to the power of 5. No, 2 to the power of 6. Yeah, 2 to the power of 6. But 8 squared would still have been correct. Okay. Question 9. So just in case I actually am unsure, we got in shot in the last one. Square root of 81 is 9, so therefore 81 is the same as 9 squared, or 3 to the power of 4. 64 square root of that is 8, so 64 is 8 squared, or 2 to the power of 6. How am I getting this 2 to the power of 6? 8 can be written as 2 cubed, okay? Alright, and then it's 2 by 2, okay? So it'd be 2 cubed squared, which is power to the power is 6. Alright? Now, question 9, part 1. 5 to the power of 4 over 5 squared, okay? So that is going to be 5 to the power of 4 minus 2. When we're dividing powers, we subtract, which is 5 squared. You don't need to do this bit, I'm just showing you how I did it. If you in your exam just went straight from that to that, full marks, okay? 3 to the power of 5 over 3. Well, any number without a power is the same as to the power of 1. 3 to the power of 4. 7 to the power of 5 over 7 cubed. 7 to the power of 5 minus 3, which is 7 squared. 3 to the power of 8 over 3 to the power of 4 is the same as 3 to the power of 8 minus 4, which is 3 to the power of 4. 5 to the power of 8 over 5, which is to the power of 1, because there's no power, same as to the power of 1. 5 to the power of 7. 7 to the power of 6 over 7 to the power of 4 is the same as 7 to the power of 6 minus 4, which is 7 squared. Question 10. We're asked to find the value in each case. 8 times 10 squared. Well, 10 squared is 100, so that's 8 times 100, which is 800. 10 part 2. 1.5 by 10 squared, which is 1.5 by 100, which is 150. Move your decimal 2 to the right. .6 by, well, 10 cubed is 1,000. And I hope you're beginning to see the pattern here. Okay? 10 to a power is the same as adding a number with that many zeros. So 10 squared is 100. Well, 100 is 1 plus 2 zeros. 10 cubed is 1,000, or 1 plus 3 zeros. Okay, so we can do powers of 10, we can do in our heads really fast. Now moving this 3 to the right, 7,600. 0.3 by 10 cubed, which is 0.3 by 1,000, which is 300. 0.07 by 10 squared is 0.07 by 100, which is 127. And question 11. And this is the one I was really liking in my other video, because this is when we're using more than one rule of powers. And these are the kind of questions you're really going to see in your junior cert and in other state exams. Okay, folks? So, first thing we want to do is simplify the top. How do we simplify the top? When we are multiplying numbers of the same type, we add the powers. So that's going to be 2 to the power of 4 plus 2. The bottom, we can't simplify it, it's a single number on its own. So that's going to be 2 to the power of 6 over 2 to the power of 3. Now, how do we do the division? When we're dividing numbers of the same type, we subtract our powers. 6 minus 3 is 3. 2 to the power of 3 is my final answer. Okay? Part 2. 4 cubed by 4 over 4 squared. Simplify the top. 4 is the same as 4 to the power of 1, so that's 4 to the power of 3 plus 1 over 4 squared. So that's 4 to the power of 4 over 4 squared. Now when we want to divide, subtract the powers, 4 to the power of 4 minus 2. 4 minus 2 is 2. 3 to the power of 7 by 3 over 3 to the power of 6. Remember, any number without a power is the same as to the power of 1. Simplifying the top by adding our powers, that's 3 to the power of 7 plus 1 over 3 to the power of 6. 7 plus 1 is 8 over 6. 3 to the power of 8 minus 6 is 3 squared. Okay, 7 to the power of 6 by 7 squared all over 7 to the power of 5. Simplify the top, add your power. 7 to the power of 6 plus 2 is 8. Oops, that should be an 8 over 7 to the power of 5. Now we subtract. 8 minus 5 is 3. So, that is that. I hope they made sense. I would like to very quickly now go through a couple of examples of the next set of questions that you're going to be doing for me, which is, we have square roots now. For the square root questions, you're basically just going to be using your calculator, folks, okay? So, questions 12 to 16. Okay, so let's look at these. Question 12, part 1. 2 squared squared. So now we're on to rule 3. A power to a power. If I have a power to a power, it's the same as multiplying my powers. So 2 by 2 is 4. So this becomes 2 to the power of 4. Okay? Let's do another example. 3. I'll do this one. So different numbers. 2 cubed squared is the same as 2 by 3 by 2, which is 2 to the power of 6. Okay, so we just do all in these cases. When you have a power to a power, you're multiplying the powers. Okay? Question 13. State whether each of the following statements is true or false. 5 squared is equal to 5 by 2. 5 squared is 5 multiplied by 5, folks. It's not 5 by 2. So that's completely wrong. So don't ever do that for me in my class ever, or you are just done. You are done in my eyes. All joking aside, students make this mistake all the bloody time. Don't be one of those guys or girls. All right? 5 squared is not 5 by 2. Wrong, wrong, wrong. 5 squared is 5 by 5. 5 multiplied by 2 is 10. 5 multiplied by 5 is 25. They are completely different numbers. Okay? How you'll do question 13 is you just do out the bloody sum. Do out the sum on the left. Use your calculator if you want to. I don't mind. Do you get the same answer as the sum on the right? Okay? Question 14. Express each of the following as a single number. 2 by 3 squared. Now, bomb dash, bomb dash, bomb dash, bim dash, whatever the hell you want to bloody call it. That is what we do. Brackets, powers, and all the rest. So we simplify our bracket first. 2 by 3 is 6 squared. 6 squared is 36. That is what we're doing. It's that simple. Do the thing in the bracket first, then the answer you got from the thing in the bracket to the power on outside the bracket. Okay? Question 15, part 1. Express each of the following as a single number. I'm going to just, look folks, just use your calculator for this. Okay? So we'd go 3 to the power of 4 equals 6. Alright? Just use your calculators. Alright? So anyway, there we go, folks. I hope these make sense. I hope you're doing okay at home. Make sure you take breaks. Don't be taking too many breaks. Get a good night's sleep. That doesn't mean sleep until 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Try to help out at home where you can. And remember to wash your hands. Okay, bye.